Welcome back, everyone. India
Yeah,
outplayed and how?
yeah,
New Zealand with a comprehensive victory over India. And
yeah.
Nikhil, first things first, what is your feeling at the moment? What do you feel right now about this whole, fiasco of things that have gone wrong for India all
Yeah.
over? And India seem to be at the bottom of the table.
Yeah. I think it's rightly too, given how they've played. It starts off the field. It's not just what they're doing on the field. We talked about them not getting their 11 right today. Again, it's not hindsight. You have to be smart enough to know that again, I'll just give you two sentences. Before the first game, we heard that they will back Bhuvi. After one game, he's not in the side. Before the
Right.
first game, we heard that there's no question of Rohit not opening. After one game, Rohit is batting at three. So the problem is when you're not stable enough, people are not going to be able to execute their roles as often. See, it will come up one games in 9 games, and it's again very bold to think that yes, we'll go horses for courses. If the horse bolts before you go for the course, it's not going to help.
Absolutely not. And Paras,
Yeah.
if you look at the scorecard once, you can clearly see that it was a comfortable win for them. The way they batted, it didn't even look as if they were going to get out. And just what sums up the innings for you, Paras?
Yeah, sure. This, as we suspected, when India was
Mm.
batting, is going to be a one-sided affair. That's
Yeah.
Right,
exactly what it's turned out to be. Daryl Mitchell did not stop hitting fours right from the first ball
Yeah.
onwards, and
Mm.
a very good support in Kane Williamson as well today. That 33 you
right,
see of 31 balls.
Mm.
For me, it's both sides of the tail which have gone incorrect for India. Their
Mm.
batting and also the wicket-taking ability.
right,
In a span
right.
of two matches, India has only managed to pick only two wickets, which is also a
Absolutely,
very big worrying factor.
it is.
And New
It
Zealand
is.
wasn't playing any under any pressure after they,
Yeah.
got India
Yeah.
bundled out for 110. So,
Yeah.
no words, but
Um,
kudos to New Zealand. They've
Yeah.
replayed
yeah.
very well.
I can see the
No.
disappointment on Paras's face. You can really see
Yeah.
that we all are gutted with this defeat,
Yep.
but there's only so much we can do about it. Now, we
Yep.
had made some predictions before the second innings, and
Yeah.
let's have a look at the result. It's the prediction
Yeah.
result time. Let's have a look who won and how it went.
Yeah. It's taking time like India's wait for the wicket.
But the predictions that we made, they were pretty
Yeah.
basic too, because Martin
Uh-huh.
Guptill not score a 50. I mean, it was a given. You saying
Yeah.
Convoy not scoring a 25, obviously not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is how it is, and a very bad day, to be very honest, for us as well as experts. All our predictions going
Yeah.
wrong and everything going downhill for us, Nikhil, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, I think it happens. We also have the tough days when we call it right, even with our guts. So yes, as you can see now. So
It's a
we
three-way
both.
tie here.
Yeah, it's a three-way tie in this innings. At least somebody won. I
At
mean,
least
if you can
somebody
kill.
won.
Yeah.
But
Even Stevens, boys.
we need to look at the final leaderboard. Who has finally
Yep.
come out victorious? It's definitely not Paras. It has to be
Oh.
between me and you. Oh,
Okay.
just by a
Okay.
whisker.
Oh.
Nikhil,
4-3.
well done.
Yes,
Well
yes.
done.
Thank you,
Well
Well
thank
done,
done,
you.
Nikhil.
Nikhil.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take
Well
it.
done.
Thank you, thank you.
Something, at least someone won something today. Some Indian is
Yes,
happy
yeah.
somewhere. So I think this small victory for you
Yeah.
would mean a lot to you, I'm sure.
Yes, I want to thank my parents and everyone who's helped me get to this stage.
Fantastic. Now, Paras,
Yeah.
moving on,
Yeah.
in the next game, India will be playing Afghanistan, of course, at
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi. It's a different venue. India has played two games at Dubai and they've not
Yeah.
performed well. Now going to Abu Dhabi, playing the mighty Afghans who've already set a statement in this tournament, have broken that
Yeah.
jinx of batting first and winning the games.
Yeah.
They've chased
Yeah.
as well. So,
Yeah.
what do you make of it? What does India do now? Next game, tough oppositions, Paras. How will India go forward in this tournament?
No, firstly, they have to come up with a solid plan. You
Yeah.
can't think of Afghanistan being minnows. That
Yeah.
solid plan has to be a very perfect and the best playing 11 with the right
Yeah.
composition.
Yeah.
And you want someone to take the attack to the opposition not after the wickets have fallen, but before the wickets have fallen. So all
Right.
of this, has to come in place, and you want to see a very solid performance because India has to
This
win all the three matches,
absolutely, absolutely,
and
Paras.
they also have to win with a very big margin.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Paras. And this thing I wanted to ask Nikhil as well. Nikhil, do you think
yeah,
that there could be any change in the strategy as such? And moreover, what Paras rightly pointed out, that Mitchell went out,
yeah,
all guns blazing since the first ball. He didn't hold back, and that
yeah,
was what was wrong in the Indian innings in both the games. There was no one who
yeah,
was trying to take the attack to the opposition. So is
yeah.
that a worrisome point that no one from the Indian team with such big names, white ball cricketers, we are one of the best in the world, and we are struggling to get going and trying to take the attack as well?
I think, to be fair to both Mitchell and Butler yesterday, when you're chasing 110, you're not going to be worried about getting out. So
Right,
that makes you bat in a very different manner. For India,
Hmm.
I think they started still fairly well because you saw Rahul playing and Kishan playing out bold. I would say both Kishan and Rahul were unlucky to find the fielders in the deep. I mean, it was the only big shot that they attempted in terms of going aerially with the fielder there,
Yeah.
and they just found the two fielders. So I think that can happen. But my problem with this team is it's just too defensive. I mean, they just change
Hmm.
plans like people changing their clothes. You can't
yeah,
have that coming up against Afghanistan. See, Afghanistan is not going to be worried about this bowling attack. There is only one guy who you have to play out, and that is Jasprit Bumrah.
right,
Varun
well said.
Chakravarti is just starting his career. He's not going to be somebody that they're going to have sleepless nights over. You have Shami, you have Shardul Thakur. So the
Right,
attack doesn't give you that feeling that okay, we'll be fearful. And the
Yeah.
batting, if you see, I'm pretty sure we will hear today that they wanted to shield Rohit from the new ball bowling. Now Rohit is
Yeah.
your test match opener. Are you going to tell me that your test match opener wants shielding from a left arm bowler? It just tells you
Yeah.
what is going wrong for
no,
this management.
and Nikhil, Rohit's whole career turned around. Paras will
Yes.
agree with this. Turned
Yeah.
around when he started opening the batting in the first place.
Yep.
So you can't
Yep.
think this way. I don't think that is the right,
Yep.
thought process, or that is the right way to go about such
Yep.
a phenomenon. And Paras, do you really think that Ishan Kishan stands a chance in the next game? You could see a Surya Kumar come in back in
You know, I
at number four.
I frankly speaking do not understand the inclusion of him in this team.
Yes,
You
I
know,
know you
there
were
is
gutted
Shreyas
about it
Iyer.
earlier.
Yeah.
There is Shreyas Iyer, who's played phenomenally in the second phase of the IPL as well. When
Yeah,
both of these Surya Kumar and Ishan Kishan were fairly out of form.
right,
So the playing 15 itself seemed to be a little confused as to
Yeah.
once you pick up a 15, you got to find the competition in between, but it will not
Yeah.
happen so quickly. And
yeah,
it really isn't the best 15, frankly speaking. Even when you talk about the Chakravarti, what is the merit of him being picked? Is it IPL?
wow,
Because
okay,
if you pick IPL, the wickets were worn out, the wickets were very slow, and there were certain teams that who were very very weak with regards to the batting in the middle order, and he was very aggressive against them. So now he's picked. Today the match was on a placid pitch, so we
right,
did not see any ball that he was close to picking up a wicket.
right,
He
right,
was basically rotated towards long on long off in mid wicket. And there's Ashwin who's for 400 test wicket, who's got 400 test wickets under his belt. So someone with an idea of how to pick a wicket, or someone to infuse an idea in another bowler on how to pick
right,
up a wicket, is more essential rather than someone who's just going to be there for his 4 overs and then keep quiet and field in one corner. So you need to have the
right.
buzzing 11 rather than I don't
Yeah.
know why they've picked certain cricketers in this team.
So this is a typical moment for us where we too feel the
Yeah.
that we have a platform to
Yeah.
talk about, and this is
Yeah.
what most people do. We feel
Yeah.
frustrated, and this is the agony that we are feeling at the moment, and
Yeah.
that's how much we love cricket. But just
Yes.
before we go, I would like to just say one thing. Okay, Paras, Nikhil, just bear with me for a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
These cricketers who play cricket for India, they
Yeah.
put their heart and souls for the
Yep.
tricolor. We all know that, and we've been
Yep.
watching them since our growing years. So I
Yeah.
think we should, all of us. I'm just appealing in general to all the viewers as well, that we should not be not go and abuse them on social media, or just
Yes.
Yeah,
do
true.
such
Yep.
things, because in the end they're
Yep.
all human beings just like us, and
Yes.
they
Yeah,
too
100%.
do give everything, and they're fully
Yep.
committed. They've played a very rigorous season of IPL. They've been in the bubble for a
Yep.
long time, away from their families, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
mental toll also takes a lot of
Yeah.
brings a lot of pressure to you. So just a
Yep.
small request to all the viewers out there, that in the end it's a game. They're all humans,
Yep.
and as Indians we should just support them, and we
Yep.
should enjoy cricket and not
yeah.
Yep.
be pricks about it. So thank
It's
you so
it's
Yeah.
much.
it's
Yes.
very fair to be, disappointed, but not
Yeah.
aggressive about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly. That's what my point was. And I'm glad that I
Yep.
have two of y'all, the most sorted headed and level headed people here on the show who would agree with me. And
Yes.
thank you to
Yes.
all our viewers who have watched our
Yep.
show. And those who haven't, please watch it. And because this message is really important for everyone to
Yes.
know. And everyone, please follow us on our social media handles. We are on
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'm sure Brett Lee would agree with what I just said as well.
Yep.
So thank you. This was CricAdda Live. I'll see you tomorrow, all our viewers, in the Fantasy Adda,
Yep.
where I and Nikhil will discuss the tips, tricks, and predictions. And
Mm.
hopefully, some lucky person can get a signed goodie from Brett Lee. So
Yes.
this was CricAdda Live. Have a good night, India. Cheers.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Yash.
Try to
Thank you,
sleep.
Nikhil.
Try to sleep well. Bye bye.
Yeah.